Rock and roll time. I don't know why I said that, you guys. That's goofy. How about it's time for some crafting? Does that sound a little bit better? At least it's a little bit more truth in advertising. There will be no rock and roll tonight. However, I'm so happy that it's Thursday night and we get to have some fun with our beautiful Stampin' Up! Products. Oh, there we go. I just saw my hand, so I know that I'm on the screen. Let me get things situated here. You'd think that this was the first time I've done this, right? No, it's not actually. It's probably about the 60th time. But you know what? That's the fun thing about lives. You never know what's going to go on. Hello, Leslie and Kathy. How are the ladies doing tonight? Just want to let everyone know this is Lisa Hardin with the Stamping Zoo. I live in Boise, Idaho. I sell all things Stampin' Up! I will be selling all the products that we are going to use tonight for our projects. Let's see, what else do I want you to know about me? I guess that's it. I'm a mom to 2 dogs, Tango and Cash. They may or may not make vocal appearances in this video. So, you know, sorry, it's live. That's how it goes, right? And anyway, we're going to have some fun. I had so much fun making the projects for tonight's tutorial. I was working on them this morning. And so I'm really looking forward to showing them to you. And I hope you enjoy them as well. So just hop on in here and let's just take a few minutes to talk about, you know, catch up. Tell me what's been going on with you in your world. Leslie, I know it's Friday afternoon for you, girl. I hope you're having a good time over there. And Kathy, remind me, where are you from, Kathy? Let me see here. Kathy is from, it doesn't say. So you'll have to tell me, and I'm sure you can tell me anything you'd like about yourself as well. Let me get on big screen here so I can see all my comments. I love the comments. It's one of the best parts of doing this. Okay, now I can't see anything. Huh, that's weird. You know what? I just got a new phone since I did my last live. So we'll just see what happens here. Maybe this is part of it. I'll tell you one thing though. We have plenty of storage. We have plenty of storage. We have 4 times as much storage as we had before. So that's good. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna have to do it small screen. Hello, Carol from Connecticut. And there's my friend Karma. Karma just had some surgery a few days ago. Tell everybody, I want everybody to say hi to Karma and give her some good vibes today. Donna coming on from Washington. Hello, Donna. So nice to see you. And so to everybody else that comes on, I certainly hope I don't miss your name, but if I do, you can just keep posting until I say hi to you. Oh, okay, hold it. And there's Brene. And I just saw, I'm so sorry. I believe it was Wisconsin. Okay, anyway, sorry. I don't want to get wrapped up in that. You guys didn't come on here to hear me read the comments out loud. Some of the projects are going to be centered around this very cool bundle in the catalog. So I'm going to show you where it is in the catalog. The bundle itself comprised of stamps and 3 dies, and I absolutely love the 3 dies. We're going to use mostly the dies tonight. We will use the stamp set if we have time. But as you know, Stampin' Up! Always has some great textural sets, and this one is no exception. Probably going to be one of my favorites for sure. Okay, page 135, but you can find it here on page 11, and it is $48.50 for the stamps, all of these stamps, and the 3 dies. And gosh, it's $48.50, so if you just added one more little thing on, you would have a $50 order, and that means you would get a $5 coupon code to use next month. So you'd save $5 on your order right there, 10%. And if you order projects, or if you order these things from me, you can get all sorts of free stuff. You can get free gift with purchase for $60 order, and I always send out thank you cards with my orders. So just, you know, what are you waiting for, I would say. But I want you to watch the video, of course. Let's see if there's anything else you might need, right? And there's Chrissy. Hello, Chrissy. And just jump on in, ladies. It's nice to see you. Like I said earlier, I can't quite see all of my comments. There must be something that I have to change on my phone setting. But, you know, all is well. It's okay. Let's see here. The other thing we're going to work with, oh my gosh, there they are. Okay. Okay, the other thing we're going to work with, you guys, hold on. Just hold on. And you can tell it's going to be fun because I'm starting to yell. I'm so sorry. Pigment sprinkles. I'm going to hit the like button for that myself. We are going to work with the watercolor crystals. So these are kind of, they are new in the catalog also. And I better point out where they are, because they kind of get missed, right? Because they're just this little nondescript. Oh, hello, Wendy. She loves the pigment sprinkles. Excellent. So the pigment sprinkles are, they're new to the catalog. And for the last catalog, we had some watercolor sprinkles that were from the company Brusho. But these are made in our own Stampin' Up! Colors. And they are, well, you're going to see how fun they are. Hi, Lynn. Hello, everybody. Let's see here. Okay, so I looked up the number, and then I promptly forgot it. Apparently, I cannot look up the number and speak at the same time. Big shocker there. Oh, for let's see. Let's just take a walk through. I know it's right around here somewhere, right? Thank goodness Wendy's on, because Wendy sometimes is my researcher. Oh, and you shared, Wendy. Thank you so much. Pigment sprinkles. Page 179. All right. We can go there. Oh my gosh. Okay. So see, I passed it the first time too. It's right down here. It's $23 for the 6 pigment sprinkles. And they are in our colors: Bermuda Bay, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Gorgeous Grape, Mango Melody, and Melon Mambo. Oh my gosh. You guys, first of all, you're never going to use the whole package that you get. It looks really small, but these are so concentrated. Like if I were to open this up in my house right now and add a little bit of water, I would just have to move. I would just have to pack up and move, or I would have to live with everything being this color. That's how concentrated they are. So there's a couple tricks for that, so that you don't end up looking like Melon Mambo or needing to move, right? So I just want to show you a couple of things that I worked on last night, as I was just kind of getting used to the crystals also, and figuring out the strength of them. I would actually say they're probably even more strong than Brusho. Is that possible? But I think they are. Okay, so look at this one, you guys. I did not mean for that much green to come out on it, but I think it's going to end up being really beautiful. But also, look at this, what happens. So there was so much water on this, and then it came up against the Bermuda Bay, and I love that right there. It looks like coral or something. And then also, lots of times, if you don't put, like if you don't flood it with water, this is what happens. It kind of stays partially pigmented, or I don't know, partially, like the sprinkles don't dissolve fully. So anyway, we're going to use this. This is going to be really fun. And then look at this one. I just was like, I was just having fun. In fact, I was like, am I going to run out of paper? And as luck would have it, I had a new package of watercolor paper. So this is just watercolor paper, me playing at night with the aqua pens, and mostly with the spritzers. So the spritzers are pretty fun. They give you such a fine mist of water, but isn't that just like a happy little combination of color? I love it so much. And then this one, I really just was kind of concentrating on the purple, the Gorgeous Grape, and the Melon Mambo. if you'll see here, this was Gorgeous Grape, but see these little blue spots? That came out of the Gorgeous Grape. So this is the older watercolor paper, Wendy. I have not moved on to the newer yet. I need to, but anyway, so there's all sorts of different colors in the containers because, you know, there are different colors that make up these colors. What are these? These are probably secondary or tertiary colors, right? And then I have a really special idea to do with this one. So this was I on purpose I tried to put little bits of color all over. I know, aren't these fun? Melon Mambo nails, Wendy, with Gorgeous Grape tips. Because remember they're that mood fingernail polish. So anyway, I was just trying to get little bits, and we're going to do something fun with that. I think it's really going to work out. So anyway, already just makes me kind of happy. So why don't we go ahead and these are the watercolor pieces that we are going to use tonight because they're already dried. But what fun is it if I just talk about them without showing you how fun it is to have some of the color develop. So we're going to do that, and then I'll put these pieces aside and use them for some other, you know, masterpieces later on. So let's see here. First of all, what I like to do when I'm doing this kind of work where I know I want it all over the paper is I'm going to take our spritzers, and they come in a 2-pack. Uh-oh, this one's almost out of water. We may have to take an intermission. But these have a really fine mist of spray. See, now already there's like a light blue, probably because I didn't use a new piece of paper. But that's all right. We are fine with that. I like to get it, you know, pretty good because, first of all, watercolor paper soaks up a lot of the water. Now, the other thing about this is this comes with the flip top lid. Not a good idea to open them up and use it like that. I know. Hey, thanks, Lynn. You are going to love it. And Leslie, they're so fun. Here's what I did. Okay, so this is how these open. And there's 3 holes in this, like a salt shaker. You do not want to do that. Because what happens is, like, this is what happened with this green. The lid came open. And just with very little pressure, it just wiped out all of the colors. So I did try it that way a couple of times, and I say that's no bueno. So what I want you to do is something like this. People have been like taping them over with washi tape and stuff. What I did was I just took the paper piercer. Actually, I'm using another paper piercer if I can find it here. And I'm using another one just because some of the colors gets onto it, and I just want to keep this one for that. Anyway, I took one on the very top. I'm going to bring this up here for you in a minute. On the very top of this, ooh, this camera is pretty good on the phone. Hello. There's like 3 little perforations that show you where the holes are. I just punched one of them, okay? And then you just come in here. You can like even do this, or you can shake it like this. And then it's like the Brush-O in that way, in that sometimes you have to re-pierce that hole. But whatever you do, don't try and use all 3 holes open at the same time. It's not going to work if you want a multicolored piece of paper. You put half a glue dot. Oh, that's a great idea. Well, glue dot's a good idea too. But anyway, see, I was thinking the washi tape wasn't that great of an idea because washi tape isn't that sticky and it kind of comes off a lot. Okay, I can tell already this side of the paper is dry because somebody was talking. Who was that? I don't know. Look at this though, you guys. So this is Granny Apple Green. This is the color of the pigment sprinkles, and it's not wrong. This in itself is so fun to watch, like how the color changes and everything. Okay, so I take this paper piercer, I get it wet, and I wipe it off. Because even just with that small amount of piercing this hole in the shaker top, it gets a lot of color on it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm like enamored with the camera on this phone. It is good. Remind me never to use it on my face. Jeez Louise. Okay, so see that like bright orange color? It's so odd. Color is so cool, isn't it? And I'm just gonna leave that one right there because, like I said, this stuff is like military grade. Not really. We should say like professional grade, right? Military grade sounds dangerous. Now, let's see. Should we use the Mango Melody or the Daffodil Delight? I want some bright in there. I'm absolutely loving. Let's see if I can bring this up without it. I think it's pretty much absorbed. Okay, the green. Look at this. This is so neat right here. I love it. And you'll never be able to do that again. That's what's kind of fun, is that every single piece of paper is different. So, you know, you're going to get what you get. And, okay, so here's the Daffodil Delight. Let's look at it. It looks just like the Granny Apple Green. That's funny. Okay. Anyway, like I said, just kind of coming along. You don't have to re-pierce these holes every time. But I think what happens is these crystals are so fine that they probably fill up the holes that you make. So you just have to kind of keep coming along and freshening it up. That you don't have to make a new hole. You just want to keep using the one. Oh, this is kind of fun. Gosh, I feel so much more controlled than the first couple I did. Yeah, Carol, if you are someone that needs things to look just as you envision in your mind, I want you to just step away from the pigment sprinkles because you might be unhappy. Okay, I'm going to put a little more purple in here. I still want to keep that white to the extent I can. You can also take things like, okay, so I like to let mine dry naturally. I just think it really lets the color develop. But you can change the direction of the water if you use the heat gun. And it's also fun to like take a straw sometimes and like blow air right on the paper, and then it changes the direction of the inks. So just keep that in mind. There's probably a lot of other really cool tools you can use. Now look at that. Is this not fun? We're just gonna do this for an hour, you guys. We're just gonna like play with the sprinkles. So neat. Okay, I think I just want to kind of keep that like that for right now. I don't know. The thing is, with watercolor paper, you can reactivate it again. And you can get it to, you know, come back to life, so to speak, and reabsorb more ink. So if you don't love it, you just fix it up a little bit after that. It's all good. And also I have like a double piece of grid paper that was already kind of dirty with ink. And just as my scrap paper, I think last night I was using an old magazine. So just find things that you have to, you don't want to use it on like a fresh piece or a fresh stack of grid paper, because that will kind of just ruin a bunch of grid paper unnecessarily. All right, let's see here. I don't have my spritzer. Do you guys want to see me use the aqua painter? Or do you want me to use the spritzer? Oh, you have to see the Bermuda Bay. It is take your breath away cool. All right, I'm gonna sprinkle that on dry. Okay, and then hello Alicia, hello Jill and Bridget. We got a party going on up in here. Okay, this is so, I think probably the Bermuda Bay is the most intense. So now, I don't know, I'm just gonna kind of mess around with it. In fact, last week when I first did it, I was using the Bermuda Bay and I just wiped out a piece of paper. It just looked, I mean, it just looked black. So there you can see I added no water to that side. I just let it I don't know, look weird. It'd actually be cool if there was some yellow behind it, but can't do that now. What are you saying to me, Alicia? Oh, what is that? These are the pigment sprinkles. 6 of them, 6 different colors in the brights, $25, and we're having fun. Can you tell? Yes, we're having fun. Okay, now I'm gonna lay down the water first. I love it when you take the sprinkles to the water. I don't know why. And then it, like, what would you call it? Dissipates? I don't know what the word is. But I like it. And that still had a little blue on it, but that's okay. Because you know what's going to happen? It's going to sprinkle, or it's going to mesh together before too long here. So this is the daffodil. And you can just kind of, come on now. Oh, look at it. It's like right on the, it's like, come on, make me move. Oh, this is, I have not tried this kind of a technique before. I really don't think this is a technique, people. So, like, whatever. It's a made-up thing. It's a made-up thing that I'm doing. It's going to sweep the nation. It's just sweep the nation of watercoloring. I seriously doubt it. But anyway, you get the point. And then, you know, these are fantastic. So these are the aqua painters. You get 2 for, I believe, $17. And they last forever. Yeah, I know. Definitely laughing over that. Let's see. I'm just going to do a watercolor wash. So we're going to change our mind on this. And we're allowed to do that on watercolor paper, aren't we? Because, oh, now this is fun. This is kind of neat. So it still has that image in the background. What? Get out. Oh, this could sell for millions right here. You put this in a nice frame, put it at Christie's. This thing's gonna sell. I'll never have to work again. Okay, it's kind of ugly, but it's fun because even those papers sometimes where you're like, I can't make anything out of this, then you just like start cutting it or punching things out of it, and it's really fun. So don't throw these things away. Oh, look at the red. This is fun how this develops. I'm in love with it. This is Melon Mambo. I shouldn't call it red, but for our intents and purposes it is. Hello, Kim. How are you doing, little Canadian? Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I don't see Jen yet, you guys, because she's probably really busy. She's been doing some stuff at her old house, and I think that Kevin's making her work like a maniac. He's like from sun up to sundown. No, I have no idea about that. Don't pass that on. We don't want to tell stories about Kevin, do we? No, never. Okay, I don't know why, but I just decided to put a little purple in there. It's like I'm a monster and I can't stop. But I'm liking these like little hits, and then just how they kind of stay where they are. Okay, all right, just a couple more. Just humor me a little bit, and then I promise I'm gonna stop doing this. I think we might have a little bit more spritz. I really prefer, for what I'm doing, the spritz. Look how this one's developing already though. I kind of want to take some of that color off of there. The yellow and the purple were kind of making a really dark, ugly gray. Oh God, okay, well that's not what I meant to do. What? That's how masterpieces are made, isn't it? So I'm not in love with this part, but I'm really in love with this part. Okay, anyway, you get the hint about this. You know how to use these now. Let me step over here for just a minute. I'm going to get this out of our way. And now we're going to, now that we have all of these masterpieces, like what are we going to do with them, right? Ooh, this one's kind of starting to look like a tie-dye t-shirt. Grateful Dead style. Okay, let's see here. Let me get that out of my way. And hopefully I'm not going to ruin a bunch of stuff on the other side. All right. Okay, so remember what I said. Don't use this one. Don't open up. If you came in late, Alicia, we use these very carefully. We either tape over 2 of the holes, 2.5 of the holes. Just don't open that up and then just sprinkle it out. It's not going to give you the controlled effect that you want. Carol, it would really drive you crazy. The aqua painter is kind of fun, Wendy. What you can do off to the side with the aqua painter is you can take these and sprinkle a little bit on your block as a palette, and then you can really just mix up you know, a little bit of paint that you can color with then, which I think is really fun if you were, say, watercoloring an actual image that you had embossed or something. That would look really nice. Hello, Carolyn. Bridget, yes, the colors are really stunning, and they're really great. Okay, you know what, Lynn? This was just something, I don't know. I've gotten it at one point or another. It's probably Stampin' Up! Paper Piercer. I like it for this particular thing because it's really long. This, as you know, I'm always using this, but it's pretty short and it's also a lot thicker. So anyway, this was a good one to have, but I mean, you all have various miscellaneous tools around, right? So let's put those aside. Please don't forget about them though. They are really a fun little thing to have in your arsenal. And they're kind of addictive. They're so addictive, actually. I was having so much fun with this stuff last night. So while I'm cleaning up here, if you wouldn't mind, or if you would like to, if you think you may have some friends who might be interested in watching us, why don't you go ahead and hit the little share button. I would be so indebted to you if you do that. Doesn't cost any money, and may help my little business. So that would be really cool. And then I'll be like, oh, hey you, thank you so much for sharing. You're so cool. I'll say it just like that too, won't I? Okay, I think we're ready to start like using some of these things that we have from last night and making a card. How about that? So I made a few little pieces in advance, just because there's only a certain amount of time that I want to take up from your night and stuff like that. So anyway, this piece that I wasn't thinking was so cool because it got wiped out by the big green monster. What I did was I took, now I am working with black cardstock almost exclusively tonight. So I took my little dies, the textural background dies, this little set of 3 dies, right? And this one, I didn't make a card with this tonight, but it is, oh God, it's so neat. Isn't it neat? Hi, Susan. Thanks for joining. And anyway, we're using this one right here, which in itself would be like, there are a lot of different techniques you could do with it. And we are going to put it back behind this up on dimensionals, okay? And that's going to be part of the card front. And then we're going to add some words to it. But that totally changes the, what I did was I just took the green part out. Isn't that fun, you guys? Yeah, so this is kind of the technique we're going to do tonight, is we are going to use black and these watercolor papers that I made last night and make some, I think, really like eye-catching. Oh gosh, look at all that. Well, I appreciate that. I hope the cards live up to it. Okay, so really the only thing to remember, so these are standard US sizes. You know, of course, work them to your sizes. This is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Thank you, Jill, for sharing. I appreciate that. This one, then I cut it down 1/4 inch. Okay, so it's 4 by 5 1/4. And then all I did was I die cut this. I ran it through the die cutter twice, just kind of remembering that. This is a little bit smaller because I didn't want the edges to show. Okay, that would be another cool thing you could do. But I didn't want the edges to show. I just wanted the color to like pop out from the middle. So I made it smaller. So just remember, because of that, if you do something like this, like I've done, you can't put your die cuts out on the very edge, okay, because you don't have enough paper. So just keep in mind the watercolor paper that you are putting back behind the black. Thank you so much, Karma. And with that said, it's going to be pretty straightforward after that. We're going to glue this down. We're going to glue this watercolor down. And you know what I want to use actually is I want to use our tear and tape, because watercolor paper is very textural and has lots of little, you know, valleys and mountains and peaks and all sorts of texture in the paper. And so when that happens, it can pop up sometimes on you. So I'm going to use our super fantastic tear and tape, and this is when you want stuff to just stay down. And kind of the little magic of this happens when you really burnish it onto your paper, and that just means taking your finger like I just did and running it along there. Hi, Annette. How's it going, my friend? And you guys, I am so sorry. It sounds like I just smoked a big stogie. I did not smoke that or anything else. But you know what? I forgot to take my allergy medicine today. And I just realized it about 10 minutes before I went live. And I was like, my God, what's happening to me? And then there, I looked in my little pill bottle and there was my Allegra. So I hurried and took it. But you're going to have to deal with this for a little while. But the good news is I'm not going to burst into song. Not until that kicks in anyway. And okay, so I just want to center this, and I remembered that I had the blue up here and the yellow down here. But you know, at this point, before you put it down, you really want to kind of size up how you want things. And there's really no wrong way to do it, right? And then this is a little hard to see because it is on black. And just remember that it is tear and tape. So if you use tear and tape, it is where it's going to be. It doesn't matter if it's a little uneven, right? Because we are going to fake it out by putting this on there. And then nobody's going to know. Oh, it looks stunning already. Now this I'm going to put up on dimensionals. Of course, right? You knew that already, didn't you? But you can still act amazed. But, and you know what would be really great on this is if I had some black dimensionals. Wouldn't that be great? You might want to keep that in mind. I might mention that some other time, like in a month or so. But for now, we're going to use the white dimensionals, and we're just going to make sure that we kind of keep them away from the die cut part so that you can't really see them. And it'll fake out your recipient, and they'll be like, God, you know, I don't even know how this like stays up off the paper. And that's a lot of dimensionals, but there are some really fine points around here. But I think that's good for now. And I even heard somebody, it could have been one of you, but somebody even said that they like, when they get their dimensionals, they color the back side of them so they can tell when they've peeled them off. I think that's incredibly smart. I don't do it because it's one extra step that this girl doesn't have time for. But when you're doing a lot of them, it's kind of a good idea to make sure that you work like left to right or something. Probably right to left for most of you, but left to right for this girl, for this lefty. Okay, so now black dimensionals would be handy. Yes, they would, Leslie. Just saying. Okay, I'm going to bring this to me a little bit. And all I'm doing is now I'm squaring it up. And I'm making sure mostly that it's kind of square on two sides. And then if it's square on two sides, it's also black on black. And so, I mean, you know, I defy you to show me if that's uneven. You can use a little clear ruler if you want to. I have a clear ruler. Unfortunately, we don't sell it, but I love this ruler. It has some horizontal lines on it as well as vertical. And so lots of times I'll lay it across here and make sure that there's a straight horizontal line going on it. And then it helps me. But anyway, look at this already. Isn't this fun? I love it. And this is going to be really fun. So now what I've done is this, and you guys can help me decide. We are going to use some words from Well Wishes, which is a gotta have it, have to have it die set, right? So do you want them in Highland Heather? So there's Highland Heather. Okay. And then here's Melon Mambo. Because I certainly wasn't going to put white on this card, right? Okay, gorgeous, and it does make, you know, it does make a difference with the dimensionals. You might not be able to see it here, but it actually casts a little bit of a shadow, which is really fun. Okay, so if you will just comment and tell me, do you like Highland Heather, or you don't have to write that whole thing out, you know, or do you like the Mambo? The Mambo's fun, but I do like the Highland Heather also. And it has to be all one or the other. I don't like one of each. I already used my veto power against that. And we could put them up here. I kind of think it would be better in the middle. Because remember, I was trying to get rid of that one piece that was like all green. Oh, Meta Mambo. One Heather. Kim. I do like the Highland Heather. I like the purple. Oh, there's Carol. She likes the purple too. We have 2 to 3. Oh my God, it's so close. So close. And hi, Betsy. Come on in. Melon Mambo because it's brighter. This is a very good point, Donna. And it probably has even more of a stark contrast, doesn't it, on the black with the colors. Okay, it looks like Melon is going to take this. So we're going to use the Melon. We'll save the Highland Heather for some other thing. And I did not put our sticky stuff on this. So we are going to use the fine tipped glue pen, which I love. And let's see here. What I also love, especially when we start gluing and having our cardstock around, is I get my little silicone craft sheet. Of course, it's in your catalog. You don't even have to ask. It's very affordable. And so it's just a little silicone craft sheet where you can kind of work off to the side with all of your glues and adhesives and paints, whatever you want. And then when you're finished, you just let that glue dry on it. It doesn't absorb any of the product. And then you can just wash it off or not. This still hasn't been washed off for a while and it's fine. But anyway, that's how we're going to put these on. And I love the glue tip pen, the fine glue tip pen. Now you don't have to hit every single line. I'm really just kind of, you know, hitting a few places on every letter. And I'm not going to be super particular about where I put this. I just know that I kind of want it in the middle because that's a little bit of an awkward space, isn't it? If I were to just leave that there, it kind of looks weird. So these words that I'm using, again, I will show you the beautiful die set. The die, it's a bundle also. It's a great thing to add to your starter kits. Say if you wanted to sign up to be a member of the Stampin' Zoo. For $99, you get right now, $155 of product. So you could add this to your starter kit, and then you would have pretty much all the words and sentiments you'd ever need. And then I'm just going to put the birthday down here. I think I want that one kind of straight. I don't know. I really just let it be where it was, right? Because it's kind of fun. Oh my goodness. And then we better have some embellies, right? Some jewelry. Okay, think about the fine tip glue pen. I know I sound like broken record. You got to put the tip back on it, because if you don't, it'll just be clogged and you may as well just throw it away. There's no like secret way to unfix it. I know, thanks ladies. It's looking good already, isn't it? Now, this is what I was thinking, because why not? So these are our glitter dots, and they are in, this is probably Pool Party. You can't get the bundle anymore. You can, let's see. You don't get the bundle pricing. And maybe it's not a bundle anymore, Carol. We will look. We will look, okay? But you can still buy the stamps separate from the dies. Yes. So the glitter dots come in, this is all one sheet, and you've got Gorgeous Grape, Melon Mambo, Granny Apple Green, and I believe this is Pool Party. And won't those be perfect? I just think they're going to be so fun. So let's do some Melon Mambo. And these are in 4 different sizes. So fun. And there's so many of them on one sheet that you don't have to worry about how many you use, because there's more. There is no like systematic perfect way to do this. I like to, I don't really change the rules. I put my little glimmer dots in groups of 3. And I don't know, that's about it really. Sometimes I like to put them in groups of 2 and freak people out. But lots of times also you can use your embellishments to hide any stamping mistakes you've made. Which is so great, isn't it? And I don't know, do we want like one more? And what I do, I love doing this. You kind of like dry fit it. You know, you can just like take them all around. You can also put one in the middle of one of these things, which is kind of fun. And it'll also brighten up this really dark corner. So this paper piercing tool is a spatula on the other end of it. And I think a lot of people use the spatula, but I forgot my title. Oh, darn it. Yes. Oh no, what do you call it? Tittle? I thought you wrote something else, girlfriend. That was pretty funny. Oh, well that's kind of cute. Look at this, you guys. We're not finished. We're going to do the inside. But if this doesn't catch people's eyes, I don't know what will. And anyway, this is really neat. Textural. You got texture, you got color, you've got fun. Who would not want this for their birthday? Oh, I'm in love with it. It almost looks like, I don't know, it has like a luau feel to it or something. Anyway. Okay, so now for the inside, because, I mean, obviously, you cannot write on that. Oh, thanks, guys. So you can't write on it, and let's make it fun. So since we used the Melon Mambo in the letters, let's use a pink on the inside. Let me see here. I've got several kinds of pink. What about this pink? That might be fun, but it's not big enough. I'm looking in the scrap bin for any little treasures I might have over here. And I'm going to choose a color that is not white, because white's so predictable, isn't it? And also, I don't know, on this card, I'm just not seeing it. There's no other white. So I think, how about this pink? That might be kind of fun. And it's light enough that you can write on it. And I don't really know. Which pink is this? It's either petal pink or, I think it's petal pink. We'll do a double check on that too. Okay. But let me run this through the die cutter. And I'm using this one of the stitched rectangles. And that is why it's so great to have all those layering rectangles and squares and ovals and circles, is because they're just your workhorses. They're your no-brainer. They're your go-to for the insides of a card or any kind of matting. Then you just have all the shapes. So I love that. I'm die cutting. I didn't leave you. I didn't leave you. Tittle is the name of the dot above the I and the J. Wendy, you know, I expect nothing less from you. I swear. You're so smart. Were you a teacher? Are you like a professor or something? An Australian doctor? Okay, this is going to be kind of fun in here. I made the smaller one on purpose. Sometimes I like that. Sometimes I think the big one just takes too much space. You're not always going to write like a book to somebody. Sometimes you're just going to say like, happy birthday and over and out. Okay, I want to show you the well said stuff while we're looking at this because we're going to stamp something inside here. So these are the 2 sets of stamps. And yes, I put the labels on all of them, 51. And I make, when my stamp campers come and use them, I make them look at them and tell me how cool that is every time. Anyway, okay, so here's lots of single words. And then so we've already put happy birthday on the front. And so let's see. We could put thoughtful, kind, generous. That's you. Time for a new adventure. I don't know about that. The best thing about today is you. Do you want that, you guys? The best thing about today is you. I think that's nice. There are so many good ones in here, though. Where is that? Then this is only the hard part about using this, is trying to find it. Oh, God. Okay, here it is. That's the hardest part of using these. That's it, though. Okay, now I'm going to use, that just fits. Before I glue this down, because God forbid something goes wrong. And in this point, this is where I'm going to use my my little ruler, because there's all this space on there and I'm not quite sure of like where to put things. Now I have to choose an ink. Well, I'll choose black. Okay, that's good. We'll do a memento. I know. Is Kathy, stick with me, kid. Wendy tells you all this cool stuff. Or I guess I should say stick with Wendy. But you can find her here because she's so cool that way. Okay, so I think I just want it up there. So at least I get started in the right section. And I'm going to pull this towards me. I think you can still see it. You're probably going to see my big fat head. That can't be helped. So I'm not going to lay it on the ruler, but the ruler's a lot closer and helps me kind of have a guide. Oh, pressure's on now. No, I think it's right. Okay. Yes, it is. It's very, very close. It's maybe a tick up on that side. But you know what? That's pretty good. And the person can just hold the card this way. I believe that would work best. Jen always says it's handmade, not Hallmark. So we're going to go with that. But I think this is fun. So just remember, when you're using stuff or when you're using colors inside your cards, it doesn't always have to be white. Oh, white. White gets overused. White's so overused. Right? Kind of why I made these cards black. And now I'm also using this again to size up where I want to put this rectangle. So if I know that it's straight horizontally, I just have to look at the sides and get that right. And then we're good to go. That's cute. So cute. And you could add some more stuff in there if you wanted. You know, we're going to leave it like that for right now. I may go back in and stamp. I've been known to do that. Look at this though. Is this not fun? Look at those pigment sprinkles. Now that's a cool card. This says handmade, but in a cool way, right? Oh, so fun. So fun. Let's make something else. Okay, first of all, we're going to talk about, these are the well said dies. And let me Oh, thanks everybody. I'm so glad you like it. I hope you're inspired to like work on your own cards with pigment sprinkles. Let's look up this well said, page 47. Yeah, it's not a bundle anymore. You're right, Carol, but that's okay. It tells you very easily. So it's on page 47 of the catalog. And by the way, if anybody out there does not have a catalog and you're in the US, I would love to send you a catalog. You just have to tell me. You just have to private message me your address and I will get it in the mail to you as soon as possible. Tomorrow. Okay, so up here it says the well-written dies. So this set of dies is $40 US. But look at it. It has like tons of words. And it also has some really cool, this is just like a straight sprig of leaves. Very helpful for spacing things. Or this one's such a cool little swirl. And it has butterfly, a little bird, the ampersand, some little flowers. So anyway, that's $40. And then the stamp set is $45. And the stamp set, remember, is both of these. So let's see, 40 and 45. It's $105. You could definitely have it in your starter kit and still have more money to spend. So just a thought. And if you buy it this month, just remember that that would give you it would give you $10 in coupons to spend for next month. So keep that in mind. And why don't we make another card? Because that was just too fun. I'm not ready to stop yet. Do you use the dies without the stamps? A lot. I love the dies, but I can't afford both right now. I totally get that. Let's see, Carol. I would say if you have other stamp sets that are sentiments or have kind of single words, you could totally get away with using the dies for a while without the stamps. I find I love the sentiments in the stamp set, but I think that you could fill in other sentiments that you have with the big words. You know, like I'm sure you have a set of stamps that's happy birthday. Well, you could like take the little birthday from the stamp part and use the happy or vice versa. I love the words. I mean, I love the dies. Probably if I had to choose from only having one or the other, I might just have the dies. So yeah, I'd say if you had to choose, which we all have to choose, right? We all have a budget of some sort. So I would say yes. I have probably used the dies more quickly and more often than the stamps. But really, they kind of just, I always grab them together now that I have them. You're so welcome. Okay, now we're going to do something, and while I'm setting up for it, I want to tell you or remind you, because I know you've all heard this, right? There's an online class coming on July 22nd, and it's going to be kind of fun. You have seen me advertise it, and it is a Daisy bundle online class, and I am so happy that I will be teaching that class with my friend Jen Houston, who's from Canada. And you say, how in the world are you going to do that? Well, it's the internet. We're going to work it out. So you just come back to us, Susan, or watch on replay. That'll be great. So anyway, we're going to do a class that's centered around the Daisy Lane bundle. And let me just get that cute stamp set. We're actually going to do something with daisies right now. Okay, so it's perfect timing. So where is, let's see here. Okay, so here's the Daisy Lane stamp. We will also be using the birch stamp. Okay, we might be using the Perennial Essence flower centers. We will be using the 2 punches. So this is, I believe, called the large Daisy Lane punch. This is the actual bundle right here. You can get bundle pricing on this and save 10%. And we have a list of suggested items. If you will just search on the Artsy Zoo, which is a combination of our business names, you can see the list of recommended items. Those are the items we're going to be using for the class. We tried to really center it around a certain group of 5 or 6 items so that you didn't have to like own everything in the catalog. Not everybody's going to be like me, right? So anyway, if you purchase $50 in US from me, or $60 Canadian if you are Canadian, you get a class that's online for free that you can watch anytime. We'll be live, like I said, on the 22nd of July. However, it'll be downloaded to YouTube, so you can watch it whenever you want to. And you will also get you'll get kit supplies to complete 4 cards along with us online. So it's like a little crafting party, and everybody's going to be in on it. So instead of just watching me, you're going to actually make the cards too at the very same time. Oh my gosh. And that's all for a $50 purchase. Plus you get the $5 coupon that you can use for next month. So it's really like $45. That's the US price. And it's going to be really fun. I designed 2 of the cards, and Jen designed 2 of the cards. And Jen is like a fantastic, fantastic card designer. So I want you to think about doing that. The deadline to sign up is tomorrow, because I need to be able to, well, both of us need to be able to package supplies and get them in the mail to you, so they have plenty of time to come to you. We want to give it a full week. So anyway, I just want to remind you, and on that, we'll talk a little bit more about that as we're making this card. But for right now, along those same lines, so I wanted to show you a card with these supplies and show you how much fun these supplies are, and how once you buy them for the class, it's really just the start. So the class is just like a kickoff to all the fun things that you can do with these supplies. So I'm going to take this paper. Remember I told you that I've made little splotches of color on purpose. I did that because I had in mind I wanted to punch out daisies of different sizes, and I want them to be multicolored. So in any given space, there's just a lot of different color. And it's a little hard to punch it out of the watercolor paper. Come on now, don't be difficult. Okay, let's see. I need to go. Okay, you have to have superhuman strength, but we're not going to be using watercolor paper. Oh my gosh, look at this, you guys. Isn't this cute? I love it. It was hard to punch out, but it was worth it. Okay, so let's do a few more of those. I really just want a couple large ones. And then it's kind of hard to feed this in and out of your paper, whatever paper you're using, because there's so many petals. But other than that, let's see here. You can take this little guy and get that out of there. So I only want like one more large one, because the large ones take up a lot of room. And then I want to do a lot of what they call the medium punch. Invitations to a tie-dye party. Nay, I like the way you're thinking. And I think I should have a tie-dye party now. Look at them. Oh, they're not going to get any cuter than this, you guys. Okay, so just imagine what it's going to look like. We're going to put it on black. Yes, we are. We're going to put these on black. Just like our other one, and they're going to be so stunning. Okay, the daisy is such a cool shape. It can go modern, it can go vintage, it can go apparently tie-dye party, it can go like anyway. And you can use it with or without the stamps. We're not using the stamps tonight with this. We are totally watercolor paper. And remember, that's why it's hard for me to punch this out, is because it's watercolor paper. But you know what? They're punching out. They're totally like a really sharp image. So you know our dies are fantastic. Our punches are fantastic. And I'm sorry I didn't cut these out ahead of time, but I wanted you to be able to see this paper. So anyway, now you get to watch me make all these little daisies. Super fun, right? Maybe if I put it down like this. There we go. Okay. Oh, do I have room for this pink? No. Oh, but you know what? We'll punch out a half one and see if we can fit that in somewhere. I don't want to waste it. That was such a cute little piece. So that's fun. I guess you don't have to have the whole daisy, do you? Okay, I see one other place that we can get another daisy out of. And I probably won't be rounding the corners of this. I'm just gonna kind of apply it pretty flatly because of the texture of the watercolor paper. But you can take your bone folder or anything and just kind of like curl the edges of these, really just your fingers. And then it makes a really cool like textural look, flower look. Oh my gosh, I just saw that totally shakes the camera, doesn't it? Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm having fun. All right, that's good enough for now. That'll get us where we need to be, right? So we have all these cool daisies now. Oh my gosh. Each one of them is cuter than the next one or the last. Oh man, this is fun. I'm gonna be doing this a lot. Okay, now I did not really think of a plan. We are just gonna think of the plan. I don't know if they would look cutest just arranged, miscellaneous. Oh my gosh, this one is really cool with the white coming through the petals there. And I think it'd be fun to just have like 5 of these, maybe a little one on the side. What do you guys think? We can do whatever. We can pop up a couple of them. Isn't it fun, Renee? I know it. Hi, Mary Ellen. Nice to see you. Oh, this one's fun. Okay. Maybe. Now it's just kind of like dry fitting them and having fun with seeing how you like them. No, I think I want those more diagonal like that. And then maybe 2 over here and 1 on the top. And I don't know, what do you guys think? We could fill the whole thing in, really, but I think let's try this for now. And there's no specific, okay, I'm getting some thumbs up, so we're gonna go with it. We're just making this as we go along here. Really, it's already pretty stunning. Just all this tie-dye color on the black. It's pretty fun. And you could do it on another light color as well, but I think this is pretty striking. And it kind of just, it's what I wanted to do tonight. I wanted to have all these bright colors on black. Let me see, I'm gonna use that to hold my paper down. Okay, I want you to give me that surprise face if you worked in your craft room today, or if you made a card today, or if you colored or did some arts and crafts of any kind. I want to see who else has been out there working on stuff. I do work another job, but this is not a job. What am I saying? I'm joking. I work a job, but I didn't go in today. I needed a little extra rest. And so I slept in. And then when I did get up though, and obviously I worked on these because that's what I told you. And I was just having the best time. So fun. I know. Love it on black. Okay, everybody's being pretty quiet tonight. You're just watching me glue. Is that what's going on? Are you sleeping or watching me glue? I hope you're just watching me glue. Nice, Carol. You made a card today. Did you already send it out, or was it just for you to have some art therapy? Now, this one's probably going to be a little overlapped, and I think that's going to be kind of fun. We will have a sentiment on the front. I don't know which one. You're going to have to help me with that. Oh, these are so cool. Okay, we may add more, but let me grab something else I'm going to show you. Now, I told you that when you order $50 of product or $60 Canadian, that you get supplies for 4 cards for free. And if you, which that's great, that gets you the class and you're all good to go. But if for some reason you wanted to order something more, then you can get a free pack of the floral centers from me. And I think, here they are. There's 18, is that right? Yes, 18. So it'll be more than you would use on the cards that we're gonna make. But they're so cool. Look at them. They're like, they look kind of like bugs. And so the white part is a dimensional that's on the back of them. And the front is this like yellow and green, but they're fuzzy. They're so fun. So they really fit the smaller ones, but I'll show you, it's so easy to make them look like they're for the big ones. So this is a little 1/2-inch circle that's crushed curry. And then I just put the perennial essence center on that, and see how that just kind of like, you don't really notice that it's a little bit smaller. So there's a little tip for you. Anyway, I don't know that I like those on this card, but I know what I would like on this card. Some black sequins. Uh-oh, I hope I can find them. What am I talking about? Okay, you made your son's birthday card. Nice, Kathy. When's your son's birthday? I have a lot of June birthdays in my family. Not me, but like half of my family. It's pretty easy to remember. Or July. God, it's July already. What am I talking about? June. Yeah, we have a lot of July birthdays. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to put a ton of these on because it does take a while to paw through, only to get the black ones. And that's probably not super interesting to you, but I will put a few on just so you can kind of see what I was thinking, what was going on in my crazy mind. And let's see. Well, I'm glad that I could craft a little bit today. It was definitely very nice, and it's getting hot here, and like I always say, it's perfect stamping weather. It's funny how every day is perfect stamping weather, but it was definitely perfect stamping weather today. I know. Look at them, Bridget. That was just our pigment sprinkles and, you know, the punches, and then there you go. And really, this is just the start of all the things you could do after you made these. You could make them into some sort of dimensional gifts, and I mean, they'd just be adorable. They'd be really cute on white or another solid color. You could put them on the pizza boxes that we have that are white, and they would be so adorable. Very eye-catching if you did like a grouping of them. Oh my gosh, they'd be so cool. Okay, I'm just gonna put like 3 more sequins on, and then you'll at least get the idea, right? We don't need to see like every single sequin, because I could get wrapped up in putting like 20 sequins on this thing. The sequins are kind of fun, and the take your pick tool makes it really easy because you just pick them up with the putty end and then you're good to go. You can pick up the tiniest ones, which I love our sequin packs because they're not only multicolored, they're different sizes. So, I mean, I don't know, 3 or 4 different sizes of sequins. I'll probably put in a couple more groups of 3s, you know, so probably 6 more sequins on this, but you get the point. And let's take a look at, let's see, what can we do with, I was trying to think of what sentiments we could put on here. I really like this one. Take time to do what makes your soul happy. This has to be something about happy, doesn't it? Because it's so adorable. So I'm kind of liking that. Let me see what size it is. Hey, Vic. Nice to see your name pop up. I hope you're doing okay. Okay, this might be a pretty good one because it's kind of like this, the room that I saved down here. Now, I want to put it on color. I don't want to put it on white. Remember, that's kind of the theme tonight. Anybody seeing any certain color? Should we put it on one of the blues or should we put it on, gosh, this almost looks orange. It's Melon Mambo though. We could put it on Daffodil Delight. There's a lot of Daffodil Delight in here already though. So let me grab a couple scraps of blue and see what we think about that. But it has to be a bright, yes? I think it does. Let's see what I got in the stash. Well, I have Melon Mambo. Well, I think it's going to be a Melon Mambo night. What do you think? I think that's really pretty. And we're going to stamp this. Let's try it with black. Again, I just think when you have that black paper back there that it really pops out. So this again is a stamp from this textural, Tasteful Textures stamp set. The stamp set is just as good as the 3 dies. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this one. Good things are sure to happen. You're one of those people who make my life better just by being in it. Oh, who doesn't want to have that? Oh, this is absolutely beautiful. Kind of fleur-de-lis French design. And then this one's really cool. It looks like, I don't know, it kind of reminds me of grout. So anyway, it's whatever you want it to be. That's the cool thing about making cards, right? I like melon. Good for you, Brene. Good choice. Oh, Vic, I'm so sorry about little kitty cat. I hope everything goes okay. And I hope that she and you are not in too much pain. That's all I hope. Okay. Oh. Well, hello there. You know, sometimes when you stamp with a stamp for the first time, it kind of acts goofy. It certainly wasn't me. Get real. Was it my fault? Ooh, I do like that though. Okay, you guys, I need to step over here for just a minute and get my circle punch. Don't go away. I'm right here. If you only knew how tiny my room is. And let's see, what size? It's not gonna have to be super big, which is kind of fun. But it's gonna have to be more than 1 3/8. How about 1 3/4? I think that might do the job. Ooh, that's pretty. Okay. 1 3/4. Of course, I have all sorts of circle dies, but I knew I had a punch. And so, this one looks really cute, and it's the 1 3/4 circle die. I'm just trying to center everything. Now that I've stamped that beautiful sentiment, I don't want to make it look dumb, right? No. Okay, very pretty. And if you could only see this, I've like worked myself into about a 6-inch space of room. And don't we all do that, right? When you're just getting out all your little cute things and then you realize like, I have no room. I have no room to stamp. Okay, I want to put this up on dimensionals, but I still want to have, see, I want to put something like that behind it. And then I gasp because it's so gorgeous. Oh man, I swear that why you put up with me, I don't know, but I'm so glad you do, ladies. And there's no men tonight. Sometimes there's Kevin, this and that. No Kevin tonight. Oh, yes, we like this, don't we? Okay, so let's put one of our last daisies on the back of the circle, sentiment. And I'm going to make sure that as many different colors as possible are showing. Oh, God. I thought I dropped that on the inside. I didn't. We're okay. Okay, so see, then it doesn't even really look like a daisy. You could just use this on any card as a little textural piece. And if you didn't have a card full of daisies, of course, it would just look great. Carla, hi. No need to be sorry. And I've been waiting for you to come on though, because I didn't want to show your card until you were here, because I want you to be able to take your props, right? Okay, so we're going to pop this up on dimensionals, and we're even going to put a few little sequins on it too. Now I have a cool sheet of dimensional ends, dimensional scraps. You might call them trash, but if you do, you are wasting so many dimensionals. You know these are just as good as the regular dimensionals, right? So once you finish a sheet of dimensionals, you still have, you know, several cards worth, or in my case, probably 2 cards worth, but still, you have several cards worth of dimensionals on the edges. So just trim those with your paper snips, and it's got to be your paper snips. Stampin' Up. You can't use any other scissors. And then you've still got all your supplies, and you know what? It feels like you've really you've used your money wisely, right? Right, Wendy? You use your money wisely when you feel like you've got an empty piece of paper that was once filled with dimensionals. Okay, so here's this, and we're just going to kind of fit this in down here. Oh, I think it's so cute already. I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on the sentiment circle, and I don't know why I picked it up with my right hand, because that's silly, because I don't do things with my right hand, and I'm certainly not going to do something this detailed. Okay, let's put, I want them to be together, just kind of like, oh, come off there now, come on. Don't be naughty. Okay, and let's see. It's a good thing I don't always rewatch my lives, because I would probably be so, I don't know, I don't think disgusted is the right word, but embarrassed about me talking to myself. Embarrassed? I don't know. Am I embarrassed? Not really. I talk to the dogs. That's always been my excuse. But there was a period of about 4 or 5 years where I didn't have a dog, and I still was talking. So, you know, you figure it out. But I live alone, so, you know, who else am I going to talk to? Oh, okay, and that will dry. I used one of the really tiny sequins. That will dry, and then it will dry clear and be really pretty. I really want to use something in the center of the flowers, but I'm just not sure yet. And maybe that's just too much. This is really cute though. It's coming along. And so you could cover this kind of like a floating frame, but I did not want to do a floating frame because think about putting dimensionals on each of these petals. But you could cover a piece of black with overlapping daisies and then just trim them off. And oh, I think it's very fun. It's very fun. Okay, let me look in my stash of Billies and see if I've got something that just says yes, it needs to be a center. Look at these. They're not really big enough, are they? I really need the floral centers, and I need them to be different colors, and they're not. And I was trying to color some black, but they aren't dry yet, so I'm not even sure if they're gonna work that way. Maybe just, no, I don't like that. That's not the right color for this. Does anybody have any ideas? I know, the bright colors are awesome, right? Okay, how about this? How about if we put the floral centers on 3 of them and left the 2 big ones? What do you think? Do you like the floral centers? Or do you say no floral centers? I don't know. I'm tossed up. I'm tossed up. Faceted dots with blends. Now, I was wondering, oh, those are huge. You're right. Let's look at those. Not to keep you, but you know, we're in the middle of a creative revolution here. I need you here. So let's get the big, clear, faceted dots like Wendy suggested. Wendy, you might be brilliant. No, you are brilliant. Here they are. Okay, with the blends. Thank God I have every blend. No. Oh, well, Alicia, of course you don't like the perennial flower centers. You already told me you didn't like them. What have they ever done to you? Oh, yes, those dots. Okay. Yes, this is what we need. Because these come in this mamma jamma size. That's still not big enough, but it's big enough for the middle ones, for the medium punch. And what if we colored them Melon Mambo? But do we have a Melon Mambo blend? I don't think we do. What is this one? Lovely lipstick. Oh no. All right, you guys are gonna have to think about that. You want it bright yellow? Do you want a bright yellow? Gag. Alicia, do not come on here and tell people that those are not cute, because they're very cute. How about don't we have a pineapple punch? Oh, for the love of. How about Mango Melody? Let's try a Mango Melody. Okay, so, and you know what? I really don't want to color it with that. I want to color it with, first of all, I want the dark. And let's see, but I may change and use the bullet point. This ruins your blends. Sometimes it breaks apart the bullet or the paintbrush end, unless you're really careful with it. So sometimes I just like to use the bullet end when I'm coloring the embellishments because I don't want to break apart the blends. Okay, let's try that. We're just experimenting. Black. Well, Alicia, I already tried a black center, but I couldn't make them. I was trying. I thought black would be cute too. What about that? I think you might be right. Let's see if we can color this same one black. It's probably already dried out. Okay, dark black. You know, when you're coloring these, they don't come out nearly as bright as you want them to. Oh, You might have had a great idea here. So, Mango Melody's pretty bright, but okay, let's try this one. This one's kind of cute. What about that? I'm just gonna lay it on there. Oh, it has possibilities. What about that? Does everyone see that? It's not. Oh, Brene likes it. And oh, I've got some hearts. I think it's cute. We're gonna do 3 of those. Good idea, Alicia and Wendy and everybody else. Good paying attention, class. Alicia, I can't believe you're not gonna come to Stamp Camp on Saturday. We're gonna miss you. But I'm glad I got to see you earlier, whenever that was. Was that Sunday? Whenever I saw you. Okay, so we like that. So great reminder that you can color most of the embellishments with your Stampin' blends. And then that gives you any color you want. These faceted dots come in this clear color or the gold, which I first thought I only had the gold. But we're good to go. You're so sad. I know. It happens though. You're going to be at a joyous occasion, so that's good. All right. I don't know if this will go in an envelope. But you know what? Who cares? I hand deliver a lot of my cards anyway. So I just see this getting really wrapped up in an envelope. But that's all right. Okay. It's kind of cute. Oh, it's kind of cute. I like it. You know what I don't like is I need another sequin right there. Can I get one that's teeny tiny? Can I? Maybe? Yes. There it is. It's as small as the wing on a gnat. I don't even think I can put glue on it. Okay, this is it, I promise. Then we're going to stop with the sequins. But I think this card is just almost done, and it's so cute. Oh, my putty is acting crazy. Get off there. Jeez, I don't believe I did it. Look at this, guys. Look at that. That doesn't look anything like this natural stamp set. And that's why it's so cool, right? Oh, thanks for the loves. That's why it's so cool. That's why it's so versatile. That's why I really, really want you to sign up for the online Daisy Bundle class. So I will post the details again tonight. I won't, make you listen to all the numbers and stuff again. But I will repost it at the top of my page. And if you would like to, we can get you signed up. You can pay via PayPal. And it's as simple as that. And then I just send you a package and everything's good. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. And you know what? I know it's a little late, but I'm going to show you one last card. So I won't feel bad if you leave. But I have all the pieces ready for this one last card for the textural, with the textural background die cuts. And so this is one more use of our paper. And so I cut this out. Look at this beautiful shape. It is just one of these 3 shapes. Again, it's actually this. It looks like that fleur-de-lis a little bit. And then I ran it through the Subtles embossing folder. And I think you can probably see that. Because this camera is, I'm very happy with it. Okay, yeah, so you can see that. So I die cut first. Then I ran it through with the embossing folder. Okay, and now we get to choose really anything. And I really like, again, I really like that part where the sprinkles look a little less than fully dissolved. It's really fun. But the cool thing is you can choose any of these little pieces and then just cut it out and put it back behind this. I think we're going to do kind of right there. Isn't this fun? And so I'm not going to really, I'm just going to trim this according to the card. And then I'll just save these watercolor pieces because you never know when the little scraps are going to come in handy, right? So fun. I want you to definitely try your pigment sprinkles if you've got them, or, as soon as you can. Order them because they're a blast. Okay, so we have another black card base, right? And we're doing the same routine now. We want to make sure that this So what I do is I just kind of dry fit it until I see where it needs to be. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. And then put the whole thing down to center it. And then I'm going to take the top off, and then I see where this needs to be, okay? And I am just going to glue this down because of time right now, but I think if I'm generous with the Tombow, it'll be just as good as the tear and tape. So that's going to go down nice and solid in the corner. And then this guy is going to have, of course, some dimensionals. And thanks. It's pretty neat, isn't it? Okay, so I want to have some of the dimensionals around the image so it doesn't collapse on itself. Right? And then it'll just be really easy to put the rest of them around the outsides. Whoa, I thought those were cut. They were not. That's all right. Look, I'll just keep them on my fingers like a kid with olives. I know you used to do that. I know you did because every kid did. Okay. Now, let's do this. One over here. And then, new package. Nope, I still have, here's some. I have some on this one. We're almost there. I don't think we'll use all these up. Oh, we might. Okay, that's good. Now, if your hand was wet, does it come off of the paper? Do you mean on the watercolor paper, Brene? I think it probably would. I'm not quite sure if that's what you're asking me though. I know, Wendy, this bundle is so cool. All for less than $50 US. And it's gonna go, I think it's beautiful on its own. I think that we've kind of proven that tonight. But it's one of those sets that both the dies and the stamps are going to go with a lot of other things that you already have. And so that's really cool. I don't know, Brene, but I'm thinking it might, although it's fully absorbed into the paper. So if it got really wet again though, it does kind of reactivate the watercolor paper. But I would suggest not holding your card with a wet hand. If that's an option. I would also suggest not opening it up in a rainstorm. Let's see here. Okay, I think we're there. Yes, we're there. All right. Ooh, this shape. I love this shape so much. It's so pretty. Okay, so again, just making sure that at least one or two of the corners are upright and good. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Stunza. You could just use that. It doesn't even need a sentiment or anything on it. It's beautiful. I did some embossing before I came on here. It was white embossing. I will finish the card offline though, because that's not really anything you need to watch. So I will finish this card with a sentiment, a very simple sentiment. And then I will post stills by no later than tomorrow night. But aren't these fun? Let's take a look at what we did. Oh, here's this thing. This is what I was thinking was one of the bigger words. And then this, like, thanks for everything. So that's what I'm going to do. And then here's our fun daisy card. I'm in love with it. It's kind of fun. I'm sorry my area is so cluttered. For Pete's sake. We were having fun in here. Look at all that color, you guys. It's so fun. Listen, I hope you've all had a good night. Thank you so much for sticking with me. And you know, pass this video along. If you have anybody that you think might like it, make sure you like my page so that you get notifications. However, I do come on here every Thursday night at 7 o'clock, and that's Mountain Daylight Time. Thank you so much to friends old and new that joined me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your business. I appreciate your friendship. And so I want you to go forth this week, share your love through your cards, and that includes love for yourself, right? Have a good time. Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you next week.